Gabrielle, take one. What is the most random fact about you? I am absolutely terrified of nature and bugs. So what is your favorite expressions? I do say nailed it a lot. I'll say bless your soul, or I'll go sparkle, 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 sparkle when I have my dress on. Who was your first celebrity crush? Justin Bieber. What item can you not leave home without? My phone, because then I would have no idea where I'm going. What is your favorite song to sing in the shower? Ooh, that's a good one. Bruno Mars, that's what I like. I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening? No, that's what I like. That's what I like. What is my guilty pleasure? My guilty pleasure is watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. What is your specialty in the kitchen? I drink a lot of tea, so that'd be my specialty in the kitchen, is making tea. What song always gets you on the dance floor? At like weddings or banquets, it's the Cha-Cha Slide, because like, come on, that's a classic.
Well, that is the Gabby Daleman that we have come to know through the years, and it's so nice to see her in a better place than she's been over the last year. And now we are keeping up with Gabby as she makes what I would consider a comeback.
No question, a comeback to a competition. She's missed a lot of training time, and here's a look at her career results, and what a fantastic performance at the 2018 Olympic Games in the team event when she helped Canada win the gold. Last season, though, 5th at the Canadian Championships and 11th at Worlds, so she's working her way back into the mix.
The reason she finished 5th, though, she wasn't on the ice, and she dealt with a lot of stuff away from the ice, and it was too much to ask. Remember when we went to the national championships and people thought, oh, here she is, she's back, she's back. Well, you just can't pick up, you can't turn this sport on and off like that.
No, you absolutely can't, and especially when you miss the time in the training rink that Gabby has. Now at the World Team event, she had a collision, suffered concussion, and a number of injuries, which she said had taken her out for many months, and back on the ice for a month or two now. And no question, she is a talent. She has a tremendous work ethic when she's not encumbered with the illnesses and injuries.
So, again, we have the 2 flights, 3 Canadian skaters in this first flight, and again, the narrative, the theme, the young Russian skaters, the young Korean skaters. We'll be talking about the jumps that right now are off the charts. No quads allowed in the short program. We'll see some in the free skate tomorrow, but I'm almost, I can't believe that we're actually talking about quadruple jumps in women's skating, and that's where we are now. And so here is Serafima Sakhanovich of Russia, who will lead off our women's short program here in Kelowna. The 19-year-old was born in St. Petersburg, hails from Moscow, 2-time world junior silver medalist.
She was a world junior silver medalist in 2014 and 15. A young teenager, now she's 19 years of age. We haven't seen a lot of her on the senior Grand Prix circuit. Opening here with her triple flip, triple toe, hands above the head. Not enough speed on the landing of the first jump. Very slow into her double axel, very clean element though. Required elements, the women's short program, 7. 3 of them jumps. A double or a triple axel. You will see some triple axels done in this ladies' short program today. triple jump out of steps and a combination of double and triple jumps, but must include at least a triple in that combination. This is her step sequence, another required element, and 3 spins also required. Preparing now for her triple lutz.
In the upper left. Play follow the leader as our competition progresses. But also keep in mind that's only one number. There's also that artistic side that always comes into play. The young Russian first to skate. We have 3 Canadians in the field here. Women's short program rolls on from gorgeous Kelowna, British Columbia. Well, we talk about first steps. How about this one as well for Serafima? Never skated at a senior ISU championship event before. Hasn't been in some internationals, but being away from home and being the first to skate, not easy.
And you saw there on her triple combination problems on the second jump. So she did execute the elements, which is key, especially with the jumping passes. The worst mistake is just to pop it, and you get 0 for it. She will get some deductions on her jumping passes for the quality of the elements. The execution, nice spins. Her first competition this season, a pre-Grand Prix event, she got a high of 69.54, a very good score. You should know the highest score this season was done by Rika Kihira, who you will see coming up in this competition, 78.18. So that's sort of high 70s is best in the business. That's what they're looking at trying to get up to.
That's what's great about the sport over the last few years is that you do have measuring sticks now. The points are so important, and Alicia Pineault knows that, the Canadian. Montrealer out of Varennes, Quebec, trains in Boucherville. Here come the first set of numbers from our judging panel.
Program score, 62.63.
And we talked about that technical mark. There's the second mark, presentation. That can often skew that number, but 62.63.
And the errors on the jumping passes so lower than what she has seen previously. But again, a lot of nerves in a big event like this, and first skater on the ice.
Big time.
The next competitor. Veuillez accueillir la prochaine patineuse. Representing Canada, Alicia Pineault.
Remember where we were a year ago? Laval, Quebec, and Skate Canada, and Alicia Pineault made her debut in a Grand Prix event at Skate Canada, speaking of butterflies and nerves, and settled, and then she ran into some injury issues and had to withdraw from the nationals. But now she gets a chance to skate at home in her country again at another Skate Canada. Here she is, Alicia Pineault.
With her triple. First jump, triple toe. Very nice. short program. Nice ease across the ice. Choreography by Shaylin Bourne. Alicia Pineault, she went out and did exactly what she had hoped. Clean, short program here at Skate Canada International.
There she is, Alicia Pineault, sparkling smile. Could use a little more of that on the ice at times, and I think just, you know, that's going to come as she progresses as well.
Well,
very focused, concentrated
yes,
skater.
She knows this is key, her triple-triple combination. And I think she had tremendous focus throughout. It's the name of the game in the short program. Following there with a triple loop and a nice, solid double axel. She was so disappointed at the Canadian Championships when she had to pull out. There were, you know, spots on the line for the World Championships. She knew she was in line for one.
Just when you think
missed
you're
that
there,
opportunity.
she had a good chance.
Yeah, she sure did.
Stephanie Vars, her coach, big role model. There is Caitlin Osmond along with Hyper and Paul and fans. And that's who all of these skaters want to be, is that young lady, Caitlin Osmond, and her path. And you look at what Caitlin went through and all the injuries and the trials. Veronik Mallet is next. She gets into this competition because of an injury. You have to be healthy. You have to maintain health, but you also have to have that one word, belief. Caitlin Osmond, more than any other skater we've seen in the last decade in women's skating, has had that belief.
And there's not a skater that goes through their career unscathed by injuries. So difficult.
The scores, please.
Alicia Pineault's numbers now.
The short program score.
Her coach always told her, train now for being successful tomorrow. That's what it's about too.
Is currently in second place.
So, second after two. She'll crunch those numbers along with Stefan and get ready for tomorrow on the free skate. She's just happy to be back skating again.
Please welcome the next competitor. Veuillez accueillir la prochaine patineuse. Representing Canada, Veronik Mallet.
Veronik Mallet, who is the epitome of being the late bloomer, who was also a late add to this event.
Well, and she's had years of injuries. The last couple of years, she has been plagued by a foot injury. And like Alicia, who we just saw, their technical difficulty is not as high as the other skaters in the field. They are going for quality marks. Opening here with a triple flip double toe. Wasn't able to do the second jump, so she'll try to add it on her next triple. Triple toe, double toe.
added to the field as a replacement for Aurora Kotop, who was supposed to skate here.
Aurora training with Caitlin Osmond's coach, Ravi Walia in Alberta. And we wish her the best of luck and a speedy recovery.
As Tracy mentioned, those computations, top left, the technical score not as high as what we've seen. Hoping for that quality mark. Veronik Mallet, last minute replacement here at Skate Canada International. Still ahead, Gabi Daleman from Kelowna. Boy, we get back quick now, don't we? No time to rest. As Veronik Mallet, also no time probably to breathe and rest the last couple of weeks. All of a sudden, you're thrown into this, back into the fire.
And difficulty there with the triple flip, a 2-foot landing, and she'll get an under rotation on that jump. So not full points for it, some points though. And they're hanging on to a triple toe, double toe, putting their foot down there. And really, for a number of the Canadian girls, Alicia, Veronik, and Gabi, this competition is about getting back in the game. They're not at the top of the game. They're hoping to be able to progress through the season, the Canadian Championships, and get a ticket to the World Championships in Montreal. That is what it's about for the Canadian women these days. Aurora Kotop, she's wanting to do the same thing, and it's really unfortunate for Canadian skating and Canadian women. So many of them at the top telling the same story, and it's one of injuries.
Well, I think it also tells you a lot about how the envelope's being pushed, and guess what? A lot of those injuries related to the obvious jumping. And we're going to see the jumping beans shortly, including Young Yu and three-time Korean champion. Perfect name right now for skating in the women's ranks. Young.
15 years of age, and she has just added a beautiful triple axel to her repertoire. And my goodness, it has been sensational in practice, that jump. So Young Yoon really ready to step up here and with full firepower.
Tracy mentioned Canadians on the path to the Nationals in Mississauga in January. World's 2 Canadian women will represent Canada in Montreal. Veronik, that's a starting point. That's what this is about, tomorrow's about, is starting points on the season. And so many young Canadians are being inspired by Caitlin Osmond and what she did.
Representing the Republic of Korea, Young Yu.
In Korea, there were so many young girls back in 2010, around that time when Yelim Kim was skating, Queen Yuna, and they were inspired by her, including this young lady, Young Yu, 15-year-old, who wants to be the next Yuna.
Trains in Colorado Springs with Tammy Gamble. Opening here with her triple axel. Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
Our strengths, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from force of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers.
And now triple Lutz, triple toe. Great height on both jumps. Final jumping pass, triple flip. This is her senior Grand Prix debut. She was 6th at Junior Worlds last season. In the off season, well, she's found the secret to the triple axel, and she has matured as a performer.
Just one of many. They call them Yuna's girls in Korea. She's not the only one, by the way. There's others. And she's sensational. Welcome to the new world of women's figure skating. Artistry, elegance, and triple axels and quads. Who would have ever thought? She won her first Korean title at the age of 11. She's 15. It's 4 years ago, and in 4 years she has become someone, Tracy Wilson, to watch.
Required element, a double or a triple axel. If you can turn that double to a triple, that's a 5-point advantage. Then she went clean through the rest of the program. Excellent execution of that triple Lutz, triple toe. Let's take a look here at her triple flip and the adrenaline and energy one builds throughout a program that opens with a triple axel as she did. That was such a step up for young Yu, a dramatic difference from last season, much improved, working with Tammy Gamble in the United States. She also works with Mia Hamada. And remember, the highest score this year, 78.18. Rika Kihira, Japanese skater, accomplished that at a senior B. She too had a triple axel.
Keep in mind, the season's just begun. Skate America last week. The numbers might increase, but there was a time when very few, only a select few female athletes could do a triple axel. Midori Ito started it. Tanya Harding was one. Mawasada.
Took to Mushava, executed it in the Skate America last week, so it is being done.
Well, there was a handful that did it in the history of the sport. Now there's a handful doing it now. That's how much we've graduated. Here's Marin Honda, by the way. She's got her own adversity to deal with this week here in Kelowna. Japanese star. See that right foot? She was in a car accident the other day. Taxi cab here in Kelowna. She's okay. That will challenge you. So marks for young Yu. Let's see what this number is. There it is.
Oh, that's the highest this year.
Well, thank you, triple axel. Thank you, everything else. Presentation mark high. Young Yu has thrown down the gauntlet here in the short program for the others to follow. And they are going to have to scale some great heights to get up there. 78-22.
Please
Korea
welcome the
leads.
next competitor. Veuillez accueillir la prochaine patineuse. Representing Japan, Marin Honda.
Marin Honda, undaunted by a traffic mishap. A former world junior champion, and welcome to Tokyo and British Columbia. We have so many Japanese skating fans here. Not just following her, but certainly Yuzu, who we'll see later in the day.
Well, Marin won the junior world title in 2016. At 14-year-old, she became a new media sensation in Japan. She said at the time she just loved it. Now she says it was a distraction, took her out of her game. She's trying to get back to the top here. Opening with a triple loop, triple toe. Very nice. Distracted by the media, she said it lost her focus. She failed to make the Olympic team. A triple flip turned to a double. Unattractive position, and a really lovely performer. This short, choreographed by Lori Nickel, but that triple jump is a required element. She doubled it, getting 0 points.
Now look at the difference, Tracy, up top, almost 15 points. She's going to lose technically. She knows it. Skate Canada International continues from Kelowna, BC. Well, Marin Honda, that blemish is going to cost her in this short program.
Here's a look at her triple loop, triple toe. Watch the landing of the triple toe. She finished a quarter rotation on the ice, so there's a deduction there. And here's a look. She just swings her upper body going into what was supposed to be a triple flip and does a double. So that takes 5.5 points off the board right there. You see, she's really a lovely performer.
A maturity to her.
A natural.
Real maturity to her skating.
Yeah, skating is so popular in Japan, and she said, I loved the attention. I thought it was great. And then she said, I realized I was becoming more of a celebrity than an athlete. And because of that, she moved to the United States to train, because she said, inhibited with the English language, she didn't go out, didn't socialize. Her life has become about her skating, and she understands to make those kind of changes and to come back. It's a good year and a half with new coaching and new technique.
Well, you see Yuzu Hanyu a lot. We'll see him later today. This crowd, though, I tell you, whoever's selling Japanese flags around here, you're making a lot of money because there's so many fans who have made the trek from Japan. They follow these skaters around the world. I've been broadcasting this for almost 30 years. I have never seen fandom like this. And the guy to the left, who is a star as well in his country and kind of started it with the men, he's never seen anything like this. There is nothing like the fandom around Yuzu Hanyu when he's around. Everybody, every camera phone, everything is on this guy, and including all of the others who feel some of the residue.
The short program score, 59.20, a new season's best.
Marin Honda, family of skaters, sisters that skate, brother that skates. Guy who skated so often here in Canada as well.
Takeshi Honda lived and trained in Barrie, Ontario.
He was kind of one of those pioneers at the time.
He
Such
was.
a great guy, great skater.
Representing Canada, Gabrielle Daleman.
So Gabrielle Daleman, how important is this skate for her early in the season? What are you expecting from Gabby Daleman here?
We just don't know. We just don't know. You know what we're hoping for is that she can just keep a steady nerve, control her adrenaline. She's such an explosive jumper.
Her season of redemption begins.
Nice double axel to start. She skated earlier, prior to this Grand Prix season of Finlandia, just a couple of weeks ago. Had a number of jumping errors. Nice start here with the double axel. Now her triple toe. Excellent. She's got it.
Nice start for Gabby.
This joint gonna blow your mind. The drums be breaking a sweat. The man is as hot as a high roller sled. The sticks click like time on a clock. When you think it's over, they're just beginning to rock. They call it jazz man. The bass pocket is tight. They call it jazz man. The trumpet's blinding the lights. They shake it down.
Program choreographed by Laurie Nickel, who also had help from Caitlin Weaver. Working a little choreography in on the side. Key jump now, her triple flip. And hangs on. Excellent.
That's the way Gabby can do it.
That's
How
it.
good must that feel for this young lady? After a year of so many downs, 5th at the Nationals, lost her title, 9th at the Worlds. start of the season. That's a good way to start. Evgenia Medvedeva among the Russian contingent here, still ahead. Did you hear what she just said?
Delete.
She said, there's the Gabby.
There's the Gabby. Oh, what a tough outing she had at Finlandia a few weeks ago, getting a 45 score with 2 errors on jumping passes. But not today, a steady nerve. You could see her stalking here, her triple toe. And she just kept her focus throughout the performance. You can see her here, shoulders nice and relaxed and hanging on. There is no chance she's going to lose that edge.
She's always had that fire, that inner fire.
Yeah.
That has probably been jeopardized a little bit because of the things she's had to deal with mentally.
Yeah, and well, now she needs to find patience in order, when you've missed that much training time, you just have to kind of cut yourself some slack. But doesn't that feel good?
With Lee
And a big
Barkell,
hug
her
from
coach.
Lee.
So Gabby, welcome back.
Everyone all over Canada, love and support. Love you, and it's good to be back.
Good to have you back, young lady. 21-year-old out of Newmarket.
The short program score.
The former champ of Canada.
3.94.
It's a start. That close, they say. 63.94. Now to be grounded. Get ready for tomorrow. Gabby Daleman is back. She's in second place right now. Young Yu, the leader. Gabby Daleman is second. Alicia Pineault fifth. Veronik Mallet, and upcoming more of those high-flying young Russian women. And Rika Kihira from Japan. The flags will be out again. And Sarah Orleski is welcoming back Gabby Daleman.
It is a welcome back, Rod. Gabby, when you look at being able to get back onto the Grand Circuit, to start it in Skate Canada, something that you haven't done in a number of years, what can a skate like that, an experience like this, do for the confidence?
Honestly, I could probably cry. It is such amazing to have my first Grand Prix back in my home country. I get Skate Canada Nationals Worlds here, so it just made me feel more at home and gave me that extra confidence boost that I've needed. It's been one heck of a rough summer with the concussion my grandma passed me, so being able to come here and skate that program is just unbelievable.
Well, congratulations on a great skate.
Thank you so much.
Rod, Tracy.
It has been so rough for Gabby. Lost her grandma this summer, and now the final flight. Medvedeva's out there. Trusova's out there. Kihira's out there. Stand by for some high-flying excitement. Yeah, we know it's only the second event of the Grand Prix season, but don't you get like a playoff feel here? Like almost like a world championship feel with so many storylines being laid out, including this storyline.
Well, it's interesting. Evgenia Medvedeva is sort of the elder statesman of the sport, and guess what? She's 19 years of age.
She's so old.
But she's really working to kind of get back in her groove, as skaters know, especially when you go from a little teenager into a woman. Your body undergoes changes. It throws your jump timing off. She's had a really nice skate at Autumn Classic, putting up a good score in the short program. There's a look at her triple flip, triple toe.
She's a two-time world champion. Alexandra Trusova is only 15 years young. She is a sprite. She is also a two-time world champion, but a two-time world junior champion. Look at this. She is like a tiny female Gumby on ice.
Now, no quads in the short program. You will see her firepower in the free skate. So young, she used to room with Evgenia, comes from the same coaching group as Evgenia did.
Top marks of the season. Again, the season is early, though, and those marks belong to
She is the highest total score.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the Japanese skater Rika Kihira will be the last skater to skate, and Kihira also loaded with a number of jumps. She's been working on a
There's
quad.
her triple axel.
Again, no quads in this short program. We'll see some quad attempts tomorrow. But a triple axel, again, unheard of a few years ago. The women pushing the bar so high in the world of skating. We'll return to Kelowna in a moment. Live from Prospera Place, Kelowna, BC. 2019 Skate Canada International Women's Short Program continues. The last flight. Alexia Paganini, representing Switzerland, grew up in the United States, born in Greenwich, Connecticut, but with Swiss heritage. Skating for the cross now and is a two-time Swiss national champion.
Alexia competed for the U.S. at the junior ranks until 2017. Then switched to Switzerland, earned an Olympic spot for her country, finished 21st. Oh, nice spring on her triple Lutz, triple toe.
Saint Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel, I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal. Now the strap all set up, well, the bless of my soul. Really fit you, so I've read my brain open to explain all the things that you do to me. Oh, yeah, Mr. Shane, please let me explain. Give me the soil of Paris in the land. I could say that I would say goodbye. Language only knows me, tell me how brave you are. I try to explain, I need Mr. Shane.
Alexia Paganini, and my goodness, that was a strong short program, a clean skate. We'll come back to Kelowna and see what the judges thought of her performance right after this.
Here is Alexia, representing Switzerland, first to skate in this second flight.
And let's take a look at the spring she gets on her triple Lutz. A little bit forward on the landing, so she lost a bit of speed going into the second jump, was still able to execute it. Good for her. And you know, Rod, it just takes time too. She has not got a lot of international experience, but once you start going out and you put together some clean skates, you then start to build your confidence, which means you can perform a little bit more. I really feel what she has to work on now is her speed across the ice and just her presence on the ice. She's a very nice skater with a lot to offer. Choreography from Misha G. So very strong skate here. She's got to build on it.
So Alexia and Alexandra coming up next as we await the marks. The kid is on the ice. Just 15 years old. Remember a time when we kind of thought, oh boy, for just 15. Now we're used to saying that,
Yeah, and
which is kind of frightening.
Did you see that triple Lutz she just warmed up with?
Yep.
Skate around the ice. Okay, let me just get my knees going. It's a triple Lutz.
My favorite quote from this young lady, I'm not afraid of jumping. I'm more afraid of roller coasters.
Okay.
That's it. She loves theme parks, and she has no fear of flying. It's not the flying so much as the falling. She has not fallen too much. Now Alexia's marks.
The short program score, 60.68.
Again, Young Yu is our leader.
A new season's best. Alexia is currently
78-2. Alexia falls into fourth place. Kind of sort those numbers out early in the season here in this second event on the Grand Prix circuit. Yu, number 1, 78.22. The strength of that triple axle, gigantic. And here is someone who has that same weapon and a number of others. She is a milestone skater. She's put her name in the record books already. She's just 15. Alexandra Trusova of Russia. The world has been waiting for her with open arms and dropped jaws.
Triple Lutz, triple loop, easy spring, easy quick rotation. The score she is chasing is held right now by Yu Young. Not quite the ice coverage and flow that the Korean skater showed us.
Supposed to be this good at 15, are you? Or are you?
Welcome to Senior Grand Prix and Skate Canada. Remember her name.
Alexandra Trusova and her mentor, Evgenia Medvedeva, still ahead from Kelowna. The Mighty Might, Alexandra Trusova. You know, one in a long line of young Russian teenagers we've watched through the years. They've kind of spit them out like crazy. And Trusova is the latest, but she might be the one that has stuff that nobody else has ever been able to achieve. We'll see that tomorrow. She can jump.
She can jump, and she loves to jump. And you know, people will make her out, social media will make her into a machine, into this fierce competitor, and really that's not the case. This is a kid who loves to jump and who is exceptional at it and is forging a whole new path.
And working on the other stuff too.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the advantage to a 15-year-old, definitely that little body that can get up in the air and grab that quick rotation. On top of that, a supremely well-trained athlete, ticking all the boxes in terms of the quality and the technical difficulty of the spins. So, and there you go. There's a base. That's
a baby.
That's a baby.
But she is an incredible athlete. And I don't know if she was kidding or not. I don't think she was. But she's talking about attempting a quintuplet jump, a 5-revolution jump. She is the first woman to do a quad toe in competition, which was a junior Grand Prix. First to do 2 different quads. World Junior Championships to do the first quad Lutz. She's kind of like the Kurt Browning, Elvis Stoico of female skating.
Well, and these youngsters are going to challenge the scoring system to reinvent itself, to take into consideration now the jump revolutions that are being accomplished. So let's take a look at the score. She did not have the triple axel, nor the flow of Yu Young, and a second place. However, a really good score that will keep her in the game because her strength comes in the free skate.
And she will pile up points if she lands those quads.
Please welcome the next
Quad of skaters left.
Veuillez accueillir la prochaine patineuse. Representing the Republic of Korea, Yelim Kim.
Gabby Daleman currently in 3rd place. Young Yu leads. Trusova 2nd. Here is Yelim Kim, 2-time Korean silver medalist, making her debut at the Grand Prix level here at Skate Canada. A soundtrack that is familiar, certainly to Canadian skating fans.
I had the craziest dream last night about a girl who's turned into a swan. She kills herself.
Triple Lutz, triple toe. They'll check the rotation on the second jump. Nice height on her jumps, and she has a nice flow across the ice. like what she's trying to do with the artistic interpretation of this program. She's hitting some lovely lines, creating some beautiful, elegant pictures.
The Black Swan soundtrack.
And I think that's the one thing when you allude to the soundtrack, we're missing a little bit of that emotion and fierceness that needs to help truly portray the character in that dance. A nice start, first time out.
And again, just 16 years old, Yelim Kim of Korea still ahead. Evgenia Medvedeva, then United States skater Bradie Tennell, and then Rika Kihira.
Lots of speed into the first jump, hanging on by the toe picks for the second. Let's take a look at the landing of the second jump, and well, that's going to be close. It'll be interesting to see how the judging panel calls it. I like the speed she took into her jumps. There's a look at her triple loop. Again, toe pick, catching the ice as she lands. So still needing to get a bit more rotation in the air. Again, she's a young skater, 16 years of age. So the first step, she's creating the pictures, the lines of the artistry. What it's not yet is heartfelt. And once she can connect then the emotion with the movement, it really allows the audience to get pulled in. So instead of sort of sitting back watching, you're actually become part of the performance. And that's what Caitlin Osmond did so well with her interpretation of the Black Swan.
Caitlin again here. Heard from her earlier. I thought it was a terrific interview with Brian Williams talking about her why she retired from skating. Still hasn't figured that out, but I thought it was charming too to know that, you know, she's coaching now and getting a chance to give back. So Yelim Kim, they're awaiting her marks. Medvedeva is ready to skate. Again, this is a short program. Free skate tomorrow. Jam-packed day here in Kelowna tomorrow. Here's the technical presentation scores. Puts her in 5th place.
So the loop was deemed under.
So Young Yu still leads. Alexandra Trusova second. Gabrielle Daleman third. Good start to the season for Gabby. Where will she be at the end of this day? You'd have to think that if this young lady can put it down, Evgenia Medvedeva should crack, at the very least, the top 3. Remember when we called her that teenage sensation? She's still a teenager at 19, but she seems like a wily veteran now. Has been around, trying to fend off now these jumping jacks. Miscue here.
Building speed here for her triple lutz. Costly mistake on the axle.
herself.
Didn't even get up.
Yeah,
Up into the air off the pick.
you could see her wincing. Crowd trying to help her through this. That was a nasty, nasty fall.
She's been unshakable in practice here, but in this performance, it was as though she's lost her jumping legs.
Funny, it really started with that axle, and then you can see the lack of confidence. She's known for her competitiveness, that death stare, and yeah, so look at her. She just doesn't know what happened.
Right.
Wow, what just happened? Well, even the great ones can have a bad day at the office. That was not the Evgenia Medvedeva we have become accustomed to. Good
Here's
start.
A look, yeah, triple flip. And fighting there, you can see her eyes flashing. Triple flip, triple toe. And then she just gets loose through the core going into the double axle. The body's already forcing round. There's no twist through the core on that. And then that's where it got into her head. She again started rotating her body before she'd even picked in. It was just timing. Brian Orser saying, I don't know what to say. Again, we've watched her in practice, just nailing the jumps, all kinds of confidence.
Yeah.
And losing her competitive nerve a little bit in this, a lot in this performance.
Good thing is you can do it early in the season. You don't want this to linger.
Well,
the bad thing is you got to come back tomorrow because you want to be in the Grand Prix final as well.
She wants to get to the Grand Prix final, no question. Autumn Classic, she had a 75 score in the short program. She was looking to better that here.
She looks shocked.
I think she's mad at herself is what she is. She's worked too hard.
Evgenia Medvedeva, 19-year-old, was third last year at Skate Canada in Laval. Two-time world champion, two-time Olympic silver medalist. One as an individual, one in the team event. Virtually uncrackable when she was on fire a couple of seasons ago, and then moments of doubt coming off a challenging season. So.
And with those jumping errors, not only the fall, but not getting the rotation, it just, the technical deficit adds up.
She thought she hated her performance. She's going to hate these marks.
Evgenia is currently in
fourth place. Evgenia Medvedeva, I don't think anybody would have anticipated that, but guess what? That's sports. That's this game, and now you got to bounce back. Gabrielle Daleman ahead of Medvedeva. Trusova in second. Young Yu still leads. Two skaters remain.
Bradie Tennell.
Bradie Tennell of the United States. Only a few years removed from the junior championships. She was the 2018 United States champion. She's come off a number of injury issues herself.
She was fantastic at Skate America, winning the short program.
Finished second overall in Skate America in Las Vegas.
And you can see lots of speed. Triple Lutz, triple toe. I love the way Bradie has gone about steadily getting better and improving her game. She came onto the scene in the U.S. as a skater who had the triple jumps consistently, and she has worked tirelessly at her artistry, and bit by bit is raising her game.
Had a good chance to put up a score here. The biggest component in skating is confidence.
Confidence, and you get that from consistently performing well, and that's what Bradie Tennell has been able to do.
Well, that confidence for Bradie Tennell certainly was up last week. Silver medal finish at Skate America. She's off to a rousing start in this new season, back-to-back weeks.
Let's take a look at her triple Lutz, triple toe. Excellent triple Lutz. Watch the landing on the triple toe. That is going to get a under rotation as she finished the rotation on the ice. Spread eagle here into her double axel. But a nice sparkle to her skate. She's real, good focus. And again, Rod, you know, she and her coach, Denise Myers, have worked really hard at gaining the finesse and the artistry that's so necessary in women's skating to challenge for the podium. I mean, she's wanting to work herself up there. She's been as high as 6th in the world, 2018. Last year, she was 7th in the world.
She's solid. She is solid. So you're going to see the flags come out in a moment. Japanese contingent huge here. Jam-packed. All eyes, all cameras. An entire country back in Japan watching. They'll watch Shuzu Hanyu later. Look at this. This is what Tracy Wilson faces every day. People following her.
That's right.
Cameras.
So tiresome.
It gets tiring after a while. Rika Kihira's next. Now Bradie Tennell. Remember, Young Yu still leads, and we'll see if we'll get a number that rivals Young Yu. The number technically was not there, but this is going to be up there. 72.92 bumps Gabrielle Daleman down to 4th. Bradie Tennell is in 3rd, but it's close. It's going to be close tomorrow heading into the free skate. It's all dependent now on our final skater to see where she will be in the mix. Daleman's 4th, Yu leads. Now watch this.
Veuillez accueillir la dernière patineuse, representing Japan, Rika Kihira.
Look at the flags. Rika Kihira with her fan club. here at Prospera Place in Kelowna, BC. She must feel like she's skating back in Japan. So here she is, another high flyer, someone who does have that triple axel as well. Grand Prix final champion last season.
Grand Prix final champion. Then she went and competed at Worlds in her home country and finished just off the podium in 4th. So guess what? She's got something to prove. And a triple axel to prove it with. Here it goes.
Oh.
Boom! Lovely flow across the ice, into and out of her jumps.
Again, those numbers on the left, technically ranking with Young Yu. See if she can get to 45.5.
Artistically at a high level. Watch the way she moves from the core. Arms coming out from the center, giving her gorgeous shapes and fluidity.
How close will she get?
Oh yeah, she's artistically got it.
Well, they are going to get on their feet here in Kelowna.
Because that was the performance of the day.
You saw the mark, you saw the number. The second number will be enormous for Rika Kihira, Japan. Must feel like she's home. What a performance. Should be the leader. Well, you knew with her sophistication on the blade, her artistry, that Rika Kihira, if she stays with Young Yu, technically, now again, it's a judge sport, so we don't know, but you would think that Kihira's second mark will be better than Young Yu's second mark just because of the maturity of the skater.
Look at this. Look at the flow in and out. Gorgeous position in the air. The ease. She had the best score coming in here, and you know what? She is going to better that score. I'm sure of it, because I saw the other performance too. And this one had the composure and the artistry. She was right into the performance. Here's a look at her loop. I love the step sequence choreographed by Shaylin Bourne, and the way she, well, here's a look at the footwork and the edges. She gets nice, deep, bold curves across the ice. I just love the way she works her body right from the core, twisting and turning. Gorgeous arms. Yeah, that was the skate.
She is a jumper, but she is a skater, and she skates with power and grace and beauty. And she she is going to be a factor in the spring if she stays healthy in Montreal at the World Championships. Smile. And her goal, 2022, the Beijing Winter Olympics. Goal is to win a gold medal. She's been working on that quadruple jump as well. Trying to get that into her bag as she tries to, again, take on all comers, because that quad is going to be a factor tomorrow in the free skate. This should move her to number 1. Oh, I think it just did. It just did. Oh, my goodness. Wow, 81.35. World-class numbers for Rika Kihira.
World title.
Wow.
That has world title written all over it. Beautiful performance.
It is springtime in the autumn in Kelowna already for Rika Kihira. Wow. 81.35. Spectacular. Young Yu, who was equally spectacular. And those top 2 skaters, those numbers buoyed by triple axels. Alexandra Trusova right there. Gabby Daleman in her comeback season right in the thick of things tomorrow. Alicia Pineault, Veronik Mallet all getting ready for tomorrow as we get ready for tonight as well. We've got the pairs. We've got the men. We've got another great night of skating. What a start. The kids were something else. Russia making a statement, Korea making a statement, and Japan leading the way. The flag's out in full force in BC. Look at the coverage backstage from the Japanese media. Rika Kihira, and she hasn't even won yet. She's just leading, and she's got a good chance to win tomorrow. We're trying to rack our brains here using our Wikipedia of skating. Barb Strain, our researcher, trying to come up with the last time. Maybe this might be the first time a triple axel was ever landed by a woman. Now, 2 women in the same competition, and we're going to have more tomorrow. So this is an unprecedented women's competition that we have seen at Skate Canada International.
No question. And then the quality of Rika. I think the Japanese media, they got their money's worth.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they made the big trip to come here, and nobody's regretting that with what she was able to do there. And, you know, you talk about it being sport. Everything was set up for Rika last year when she won the Grand Prix final to go on to the World Championships and perhaps do the same at her home in Japan. She finished off the podium in 4th, so what a sweet victory for her here at the start of the Grand Prix season to start it off in such a big way.
We are seeing some of those recovery stories for skaters, bounce back stories, including Gabby Daleman. How impressive was that performance from Gabby? And she's probably looking like, do I need a triple axel now? Do I need a quad? But at the same time, for what Gabby Daleman did today, I think that speaks volumes about her character and her perseverance.
Well, she went to Finlandia just a few weeks ago after missing months and months of training time and only being back on the ice for a couple of weeks. She had jumping errors on both of her triple jumps there, but here a calm presence working her way back beautifully.
And then the young kids, Alexandra Trusova, they call it a women's event. She's just a girl, just 15.
15 years of age, and we're seeing the easy rotations that she was able to produce. But Yu was able to put out her new secret weapon, her triple axel, and she did that with fire and grace. And then Rika Kihira, exquisitely choreographed and interpreted performance for her many fans who followed her here.
Yeah, there are signs everywhere, media everywhere. We're going to see more of that tonight. Yuzuru Hanyu is in the house. The Japanese media following his story, which is incredible as well. She is incredible as well. And it's almost hard to believe this is like the second event of a season. And, you know, the season's just begun, and we're seeing performances like that. Why?
Well, hey, it's a new game, and the stakes are getting higher, but I think, you know, you just don't know which competition is going to produce the magic. And not only the ladies today, but how about the dancers with the rhythm dance? And I think that just got the audience buzzing too. So, hey, it's been fun, hasn't it?
It has been
nice
fun.
to be back working with you.
Yes, it has been. There's never, you know, you come to Skate Canada, you kind of wonder every year, you know, the time, the trend, what it's going to bring. But I thought the dance set the tone earlier today.
Yes, no question. A great rhythm and some terrific performances, not just at the top, but again, you know, it's this changeover as we're getting ready for the next Olympics. You got the new kids coming up going, wait a minute, this is my turn and I want to be there. So it's really an exciting time.
And for dance, it's a little bit different, I think, than the individual skating, because you can come out and be that flash. Ice dance, you still need a couple of years to revise your stuff, and that's why these two teams on top, they've been around, they've suffered before, and they had to learn, and they now know.
Yeah, Piper and Paul skating a catchy performance to Mac and Mabel, and just blazing speed from beginning to end. Made a number of mistakes early on in the Grand Prix season in years past, but this is the year they wanted to be great, and they were.
And just a little bit better. And I say only like an eyelash better. We're Hubble and Donahue, and it's kind of apples and oranges. You know, there's just really going into tomorrow, it's a dead heat.
Yeah, but I have to say, I'm impressed with both teams. With these two, I've noticed an improvement. Sophistication and an elegance, and he is just so refined and so smooth. Yeah, well done.
This all setting up tomorrow for the free dance. Hubble and Donahue, U.S., Canada. Gillis and Poirier in second, and again another American team in third, Hawayak and Baker. And again for the women event, Rika Kihira, the leader heading into tomorrow. Can't wait for the free skates tomorrow. We still have more stuff tonight. Can't wait for that as well. Brian Williams will get us ready for tonight when we see the pairs, when we see the men. And we've got a couple hours, Trace. We can go see the vineyard. I only want to see it, though. I just want to see it.
I'm buying.
I just want to see it.
I'm buying.
I only want to see it. Outside the building, these were the Japanese skating fans lining up. The Winnie the Pooh dolls all over the place, essentially for one guy. Yuzu-a-palooza, you might call it. Yuzuru Hanyu. The fandom surrounding this guy. And Trace, I said this earlier, in broadcasting this sport for 30 years, you've done it as well, and you skated before that. I have never seen anyone. He's like the Pied Piper. Everywhere he goes, everyone follows. And we have seen some superstars in this sport, but he has to be the most Googled skater on the planet.
Well, I would say no question. And in terms of Japanese athletes, I think he's one or two in terms of just his notoriety, and well-deserved in terms of what he puts out there. And it's just grown and grown. And he is so entertaining and colorful and puts on a show, not only in the competition, but the practices are perhaps even more fun to watch.
Look at
for
this
his adoring
today.
fans.
This was today, Trace. Look, now these are fans. They do know that there is footage of this, but they want it all on their own mobile devices. And they want a picture, they want a moment, they want to be here, they want a selfie if they can get one. And you feel sorry for some of the other skaters because all of the cameras are watching one guy.
I know, but they've got an audience here at their practice at least. So, no, I think Yuzuru just doesn't let them down. Good days and bad days. He's just got a heart of gold, and he's always reinventing himself. So much fun to watch, and the audience eats him up, and, you know, the crowds are just getting bigger and bigger.
They'll be big here tonight as well. They're just taking a break. They're getting ready after watching Rika. It's almost like being at the Japanese Nationals here at Skate Canada International. We're back tonight. Yuzuru Hanyu. He's done it all. And he's in Canada. And the fans from all over the world just love this guy. Love this guy.
Back live in Kelowna, and speaking of live, I'd say 3-4 meters from where I'm sitting is Japanese television. There you can see the distance. Rod and Tracy talking about the great Japanese fans that are here for Hanyu. Well, Japanese television's been live this afternoon, and they'll be live tonight, especially for the men's short program featuring the two-time Olympic champion, Yuzuru Hanyu. Just a reminder, we're taking a break now of some 90 minutes. We'll be back on TSN 2. That is at 4 o'clock this afternoon here in Kelowna, and that's at 7 Eastern. The pairs short program, 3 Canadian pairs. They are led by Kirsten Moore-Towers and Michael Marinero. In the men's short program, the great Japanese star Hanyu, 3 Canadians, Nam Nguyen, Nicholas Nadeau, and Roman Sadovsky. We'll see you in 90 minutes. For now, everyone, so long from the beautiful Okanagan region of South Central British Columbia.